Hello race fam! Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. We're going to talk about bike handling skills, and I think the basic building block of bike handling skills is learning how to do a track stand. Wheelies are cool, they get attention, they might be fun, I don't know, I can't do one, but track stands are really what separates I shouldn't say separates, that's where the good bike handling starts. It's really about having confidence at any speed, high speed, low speed, whatever the speed, you can handle it. It's exceptionally useful for mountain biking. If you're stuck by a rock or an obstacle, or there's another rider that's stalled out in front of you. Absolutely awesome for road biking. If you get stuck at a red light, it's nice to not always have to unclip. And it just gives you that confidence that you are in control of your bike. So today we're going to talk about how to do a track stand. Get started. So one thing I'll mention is it's probably a good idea to do this in street shoes when you're first starting, regardless of your pedals, but just get street shoes because you're not going fast, so it doesn't matter, but it's nice to be able to get out right away. And then you can use any bike. It might be easier on a mountain bike or even a actually fat tire bikes are kind of hard because the friction of being able to move the wheel around is so great. So I'm going to say mountain bike on dry dirt or a road bike on pavement. Okay? All right, so here's how it goes. The absolute key is finding a little bit of an incline in order to get some resistance against the pedal. So there's two main things to doing a track stand. Number one, finding an incline to sort of fight against, and number two, realizing that you need to turn your wheel in order for this to work. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, I approach, I slow down slowly, I turn the wheel before I start to balance, and then I apply forward pressure on my forward pedal right as I'm turning the wheel, and then essentially I'm just going back and forth with gravity versus my pedal. And it doesn't always work, but for the most part, it works. And once you get the hang of it, you can graduate to trying to go as slow as you can, or they do these things like bike rodeos, those are kind of fun. But like I said, it's just a nice skill to be able to have for a lot of reasons. Okay, let's take a look again. So I'm rolling up, I'm applying my brake, and then I'm standing, and then I'm applying pressure. Now I turn that way, but that's not my comfortable. Two things I forgot to mention in that little piece. Number one, I only grab my brake to roll up to the stop and just stop at that last second, but when you're rocking back and forth, no brakes, no brakes. You're just using gravity to rock back and forth. The other thing is when you are doing a track stand, focus on one visual thing. So another tip I ran across was to look up, which makes a ton of sense, especially when you're practicing. If you can get good at looking up, then you'll know when the light changes green. I'm not awesome at that, so I'm always staring at the ground and then sort of glancing up quick and seeing if the light turned green. So if you can get ahead of that, that'd be good. But that's not my comfortable direction. I'm much more comfortable with the wheel going off to the left, and then I just apply pressure and roll, apply, roll, apply, roll, apply, roll. You can never be still totally in this position really, so just concentrate on moving. Moving is fine, but just realize it's going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and find that balance point. And that is pretty much it on how to do a track stand. And then the light turns green, you go away. Everyone is super impressed with your mad skills. And then who knows, maybe the person in the car next to you takes up cycling. So it's your responsibility to learn track stands. All right, thanks for watching Brian Davis Races. If you like what I had to say today, please subscribe, like, comment. When did you learn how to track stand? I learned probably 2 years after I started cycling, and I had a burning passion to figure it out because I saw guys doing it at red lights all the time in Chicago, and it drove me nuts that I couldn't figure it out. So I figured it out. Hope you do the same. Oh, if you don't like what I had to say today, bye-bye.